Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Manchester United have lost once again 3-0 at Old Trafford against Bournemouth. 2 seasons in a row. Bournemouth has come to Old Trafford and taken down the Red Devils. And I don't know what more we can say about these players, guys. These players, when they decide that they're going to shut down everything, it doesn't matter. I think it doesn't matter which coach, doesn't matter who you are, you just can't tell them anything. For the fact that they can turn up against Man City, do what they did against Man City, against a very poor Man City at the moment, but to do what they did and to come back to this, that's just unacceptable. That's just unacceptable. I mean, from the starting lineup, we all saw how the starting lineup was. I was actually very impressed with the starting lineup except for the fact that we had Malaysia starting, but I was like, it's Bournemouth and I'm sure they can handle it. And in the first couple of minutes, I think we were under control of the team. We were under control of the game as well, but came that free kick that Malaysia conceded, and I mean, Joshua Zirkzee. I mean, for the size of that guy, for someone that came out of Serie A from a physical league, that defending was shocking. That defending was just poor, poor, poor. I mean, how is he that big and still so soft when it comes to defending? I mean, he's just terrible at heading. And I think his overall play, he has good moments, good touches here and there, but his overall play is just not good enough, guys. I think he's a good player, but at the moment, he's just not a good player. And Malaysia as well, I get that we need a left-footed player on the left side, but I don't think he's ready to start. I mean, he's been out for so long, and I think he just had one game with the under 21 squad, and he was just thrown into the mix of the first team. I don't think he's ready yet. I don't think he's ready yet. And to be honest, guys, this was just a very poor performance from the whole team. We can have Ahmad. Ahmad tried, Kobe Man tried. They were both wasteful at times. I mean, Ahmad could have had a hat trick or even more, but he was just at the end. I think he just got desperate and he was just shooting on sight on everything. And I think that also that just highlighted the fact that there's no leaders in that squad. Because Ahmad is just still a youngster. Kobe Man is still a youngster. If we had someone who's the leader, proper leader in that team, we are going to pull those two players aside and just tell them to calm it down, play their natural game, stop overthinking, stop overreacting, and just play their natural game. But to show that we don't have any leaders, Bruno Fernandes, he was wasteful as he always is. I mean, if you look at the second goal, the third goal that was conceded, I mean, that turnover came from him just with an aimless pass and aimless long pass going forward, and it was intercepted, and then Bournemouth went on to score. So I think we don't have any leaders, players like Maguire. I actually feel with Casemiro, if he was in that game, I think we've seen him a couple of times where he was pulling players aside, telling them what to do and what not to do. I think in this kind of game, we actually needed a Casemiro to tell those younger players to calm it down and just play your natural game. And with Joshua Zirkzee, I think we've pretty much seen that for me, he's not a starter now. I think he needs to come off the bench a couple of times, just gain his confidence. Because I mean, Rasmus Højlund is back in the game. He's fit. So for me personally, as long as Rasmus is fit, he needs to start the game. I mean, we have Haaland playing every game, 90 minutes all the time. Why can't Rasmus do that same as well? He's a strong boy. His hold-up play is good. I mean, he came on in the second half and there was this pass where he opened up for Garnacho. Unfortunately, the keeper saved the ball. But I mean, we need the Rasmus in that team. We need Rasmus to start these games, and yeah, guys. But yeah, it was just not good enough. Mazarawi, that penalty that he conceded, I mean, that was just silly. That was just silly from Mazarawi. He's had a very good start to Old Trafford, but in the last couple of games or so, I've mentioned in some other videos that he just hasn't been himself. I don't know whether it's the fatigue getting to him. He's played too many games, but I think he hasn't been himself in the last couple of games or so. Misplacing passes, his composure is gone. And yeah, I think with that penalty, I think it was also more frustrations from him. I think he was a bit showing some frustrations. I don't know, from the whole performance from the team, I think, but yeah, it's just unacceptable. Even in the first half, I think the guys, you can't even blame the manager on this one because they missed a flurry of chances in the first half just before halftime. We could have scored 3 or 4 in that first half, and you could actually just sense it right the moment they start missing those chances. It's only going to take Bournemouth one chance, and then these players, as we've seen in the past, they are just going to give up, and then they're just going to just throw in the towel, and then that would be game over. And after the second goal, it took less than, I think that's just 3 minutes or so. Bournemouth was 3-0 down, and that was pretty much game set. That was game set. And I mean, there's not much positive from that game, actually. There's actually none. The only thing that I can think of that comes off the top of my head is the Ahmad corner kicks. He actually kicks corner kicks a lot better than Bruno Fernandes, and you've seen how dangerous his corner kicks are. If he keeps taking those corner kicks, I think players like Maguire, De Ligt, I think even Rasmus himself, I think those guys are going to benefit from him because he has those dangerous crosses. But yeah, I mean, apart from this was just a very poor performance, guys. This team is a mess. These players, the way they just give up, the way they just throw the towel, I mean, it's just not acceptable. It's just not acceptable, and you can't even fault the manager. That was a strong enough team to beat Bournemouth on any day. And I mean, had they scored all those chances that they had in the first half, none of this conversation would be happening right now. So personally, for me, yes, you can have an argument that he played Joshua Zirkzee, even Malasia with the mistakes that he's been making, but those players are supposed to be good enough to beat Bournemouth on any day, regardless of what Bournemouth did to them last season or how Bournemouth is playing this season. This team should be good enough to beat Bournemouth. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.